There's this microscopic organism out there that's an absolute master of stealth, travel, and manipulation. In its incredible globe-trotting journey, well, it very often starts with one of our most beloved pets. So, let's dive into the fascinating story of a parasite called Toxoplasma.
I know, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But it's a very real biological question. We're going to explore how the humble house cat actually plays the starring role in the life cycle of one of the world's most successful parasites.
Okay, so to really understand this parasite, we have to start with the cat, because it's not just some random animal it infects, it is the host. Now, check out this term, definitive host. This is the key. In the entire animal kingdom, only felines, we're talking everything from your pet cat to lions and tigers, provide the exact right environment for Toxoplasma gondii to sexually reproduce. This makes them absolutely essential for the parasite's survival. And this diagram just lays it all out perfectly. You can see the cat right there at the very top of the cycle. Everything starts from the cat, and ultimately everything is trying to get back to a cat. Think of it like the parasite's headquarters and the finish line of its incredible journey, all rolled into one. So, the parasite has reproduced inside the cat. Now what? How in the world does it get out there to keep this whole cycle going? Well, the journey begins, let's be real, in the litter box. An infected cat passes feces, and inside that waste are millions of microscopic parasite eggs called oocysts. And get this, these things are incredibly tough. They can survive in the soil or in water for months, just waiting for their next ride. And that ride often comes in the form of what's called an intermediate host. As you can see here, animals like pigs, sheep, or even rodents might swallow these oocysts while they're grazing or drinking water. The parasite then hatches, travels through their body, and forms these tiny dormant cysts in their muscles and brain. And this is where we humans come into the picture. We can intersect this cycle in two main ways. First, by eating undercooked meat from an infected animal. Those little tissue cysts are still totally viable. And second, by accidentally swallowing the oocysts directly from the environment, maybe from cleaning a cat's litter box or from eating unwashed veggies from a contaminated garden. So, what happens when the parasite actually gets inside a person? Well, this is where the story takes another pretty surprising turn. It's an invasion, all right, but one that usually happens in complete silence. Once it's inside, the parasite doesn't just stay put. It's a traveler. It can spread out and set up camp in some of our most critical tissues. We're talking the brain, the lungs, the liver, our eyes, and our muscles. And here's the fascinating twist. Despite this widespread internal journey, the vast majority of people with a healthy immune system will never even know they're infected. They won't feel a single thing. How does it do this? Well, it uses the same trick it uses in farm animals. It forms these microscopic dormant cysts in the body's tissues. It's a brilliant survival strategy. It basically throws on an invisibility cloak, hiding from the immune system, where it can stay for the rest of the host's life. But there is one very specific, very serious scenario where this silent parasite becomes a major threat, and that is during pregnancy. This quote really gets right to the heart of the matter. With this parasite, the timing of the infection is absolutely everything. It's not about whether a woman has ever been exposed before. It's about whether she gets infected for the very first time while she is pregnant. This breaks down exactly why that timing is so critical. If a woman was infected years before her pregnancy, her body has already built up immunity. The parasite is locked away in its dormant cyst form and can't cross the placenta. The fetus is protected. But if her first ever infection happens during pregnancy, her immune system is caught completely off guard. The active form of the parasite can then pass through the placenta and infect the developing fetus. And the consequences of that can be devastating. Congenital toxoplasmosis can lead to some really severe outcomes, including miscarriage, stillbirth, or serious neurological and developmental problems for the newborn. In fact, one of the most common and tragic outcomes is a severe eye infection called chorioretinitis. Congenital toxoplasmosis is a leading cause of blindness in children. It's a powerful reminder of just how serious a first-time infection during pregnancy can be. Okay, now after hearing all that, the most important question is, how do you protect yourself? The good news is that prevention is actually pretty straightforward. This really boils down to 4 key habits. First,
Cook your meat all the way through to kill any potential cysts. Second, wash all your produce carefully. Third, simple hygiene. Wash your hands with soap and water after things like gardening or handling cat litter. And finally, the most crucial piece of advice. If you are pregnant, you should avoid contact with cat feces completely. Let someone else take over litter box duty.
So the story of Toxoplasma is this powerful example of the hidden biological dramas playing out all around us, connecting our kitchens, our gardens, and our pets in a web we rarely even see. Now that you know this cycle exists, how does it change the way you see those simple, everyday connections?